Doctor, a qualified practitioner of medicine.
Example 1. The doctor examined the patient.
Example 2. She visited the doctor for a checkup.
Nurse, a person trained to care for the sick.
Example 1. The nurse administered the injection.
Example 2. He was attended by a kind nurse.
Patient, a person receiving or registered to receive medical treatment.
Example 1. The patient is recovering well.
Example 2. She is a patient at the local hospital.
Medicine, a substance used for treating illness.
Example 1. She took the medicine as prescribed.
Example 2. The medicine relieved his pain.
Hospital, an institution providing medical treatment and care.
Example 1. The hospital is fully equipped.
Example 2. He was admitted to the hospital.
Clinic, a healthcare facility for outpatient care.
Example 1. She went to the clinic for a flu shot.
Example 2. The clinic offers free health screenings.
Fever, an abnormally high body temperature.
Example 1. He had a high fever last night.
Example 2. The fever broke this morning.
Cold, a common viral infection affecting the nose and throat.
Example 1. She caught a cold last week.
Example 2. A cold usually lasts a few days.
Cough, to expel air from the lungs with a sharp sound.
Example 1. He has a persistent cough.
Example 2. The cough kept him awake.
Pain, physical suffering or discomfort.
Example 1. She felt a sharp pain in her leg.
Example 2. The pain subsided after resting.
Headache, a continuous pain in the head.
Example 1. He took an aspirin for his headache.
Example 2. The headache went away after a nap.
Stomachache, pain in the stomach or abdominal area.
Example 1. She has a stomachache after eating.
Example 2. The stomachache kept her up all night.
Sore throat, a painful, dry, or scratchy feeling in the throat.
Example 1. He has a sore throat from the cold.
Example 2. The sore throat made it hard to swallow.
Prescription, a written order for medicine from a doctor.
Example 1. The doctor gave her a prescription for antibiotics.
Example 2. He filled his prescription at the pharmacy.
Treatment, medical care given to a patient.
Example 1. The treatment was effective.
Example 2. She is undergoing treatment for cancer.
Surgery, the treatment of injuries or disorders by cutting the body.
Example 1. He needs surgery to repair the damage.
Example 2. The surgery went well.
Injection, the act of injecting a substance into the body.
Example 1. The nurse gave him an injection.
Example 2. She is afraid of injections.
Bandage, a strip of material used to bind a wound.
Example 1. He wrapped a bandage around the cut.
Example 2. The bandage kept the wound clean.
Wound, an injury to the body, typically involving a break in the skin.
Example 1. The wound was deep and needed stitches.
Example 2. He cleaned the wound with antiseptic.
Antibiotic, a medicine that inhibits the growth of or destroys bacteria.
Example 1. The doctor prescribed antibiotics.
Example 2. She took antibiotics for the infection.
Virus, a microscopic infectious agent that replicates in living cells.
Example 1. The flu is caused by a virus.
Example 2. He caught a virus at school.
Bacteria, microscopic single-celled organisms.
Example 1. Some bacteria are harmful.
Example 2. The infection was caused by bacteria.
Vaccine, a substance used to stimulate the production of antibodies.
Example 1. The vaccine protects against flu.
Example 2. She received a vaccine as a child.
Emergency, a serious, unexpected, and often dangerous situation.
Example 1. He was rushed to the emergency room.
Example 2. The hospital has an emergency department.
Ambulance, a vehicle equipped for taking sick or injured people to and from the hospital.
Example 1. The ambulance arrived quickly.
Example 2. She was taken to the hospital by ambulance.
X-ray, a photographic or digital image of the internal composition of something.
Example 1. The doctor ordered an X-ray of his chest.
Example 2. She looked at the X-ray of her broken bone.
Ultrasound, a scan especially of a fetus using sound waves.
Example 1. The ultrasound showed the baby's heart.
Example 2. She had an ultrasound to check her health.
Blood test, a scientific examination of a blood sample.
Example 1. The doctor ordered a blood test.
Example 2. She got a blood test to check her iron levels.
Checkup, a thorough examination, especially a medical or dental one.
Example 1. He went for his annual checkup.
Example 2. The checkup showed she was in good health.
Pharmacy, a store where medicinal drugs are dispensed.
Example 1. She went to the pharmacy to pick up her prescription.
Example 2. The pharmacy is open 24 hours.
Infection, the invasion and multiplication of microorganisms in the body.
Example 1. The wound became infected.
Example 2. He is being treated for an infection.
Immune system, the body's defense against infectious organisms and other invaders.
Example 1. A strong immune system helps fight off illness.
Example 2. Her immune system was weakened by the disease.
Allergies, a condition in which the immune system reacts abnormally to a foreign substance.
Example 1. He has severe allergies to pollen.
Example 2. Allergies can cause sneezing and itchy eyes.
Flu, a common viral infection that can be deadly, especially in high-risk groups.
Example 1. She was bedridden with the flu.
Example 2. The flu vaccine is recommended annually.
Diabetes, a disease that occurs when your blood glucose is too high.
Example 1. He manages his diabetes with insulin.
Example 2. Diabetes can lead to serious health complications.
Cancer, a disease caused by an uncontrolled division of abnormal cells in a part of the body.
Example 1. She was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Example 2. Cancer treatment often involves chemotherapy.
Heart attack, a sudden occurrence of coronary thrombosis, typically resulting in the death of part of a heart muscle.
Example 1. He survived a heart attack last year.
Example 2. Smoking increases the risk of a heart attack.
Stroke, a sudden disabling attack or loss of consciousness caused by an interruption in the flow of blood to the brain.
Example 1. A stroke can cause permanent brain damage.
Example 2. She is recovering from a stroke.
Asthma, a respiratory condition marked by spasms in the bronchi of the lungs.
Example 1. Asthma attacks can be triggered by allergens.
Example 2. He uses an inhaler to manage his asthma.
Hypertension, a condition in which the force of the blood against the artery walls is too high.
Example 1. Hypertension is also known as high blood pressure.
Example 2. She was diagnosed with hypertension.
Anesthesia, a state of controlled, temporary loss of sensation or awareness induced for medical purposes.
Example 1. The surgery was performed under general anesthesia.
Example 2. He didn't feel any pain thanks to the anesthesia.
Therapy, treatment intended to relieve or heal a disorder.
Example 1. She is undergoing therapy for depression.
Example 2. Physical therapy helped him recover from his injury.
Psychologist, a person who studies the mind and behavior.
Example 1. She spoke with a psychologist about her anxiety.
Example 2. He is a clinical psychologist.
Psychiatrist, a medical practitioner specializing in the diagnosis and treatment of mental illness.
Example 1. The psychiatrist prescribed medication for his condition.
Example 2. She sees a psychiatrist for her mental health issues.
Depression, a mood disorder causing a persistent feeling of sadness and loss of interest.
Example 1. Depression can affect anyone at any age.
Example 2. He was treated for severe depression.
Anxiety, a feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease about something with an uncertain outcome.
Example 1. She struggles with anxiety before exams.
Example 2. He sought help for his anxiety disorder.
Insomnia, habitual sleeplessness, inability to sleep.
Example 1. She has suffered from insomnia for years.
Example 2. Insomnia can affect your overall health.
Obesity, the condition of being grossly fat or overweight.
Example 1. Obesity is linked to many health problems.
Example 2. He is working on reducing his obesity.
Diet, the kinds of food that a person, animal, or community habitually eats.
Example 1. A balanced diet is important for good health.
Example 2. She is on a special diet to lose weight.
Nutrition. The process of providing or obtaining the food necessary for health and growth.
Example 1. Good nutrition is key to a healthy life.
Example 2. He studied nutrition in college.
Vitamin. Any of a group of organic compounds which are essential for normal growth and nutrition.
Example 1. Vitamin C is important for the immune system.
Example 2. She takes a daily vitamin supplement.
Mineral. A solid inorganic substance of natural occurrence, some of which are essential to the human diet.
Example 1. Calcium is an important mineral for bone health.
Example 2. He ensures his diet includes essential minerals.
Protein. A class of nitrogenous organic compounds that consist of large molecules composed of one or more long chains of amino acids.
Example 1. Protein is essential for muscle repair.
Example 2. She eats a protein-rich diet.
Carbohydrate. Any of a large group of organic compounds occurring in foods and living tissues, including sugars, starch, and cellulose.
Example 1. Carbohydrates are a major source of energy.
Example 2. He limits his intake of carbohydrates.
Cholesterol, a compound found in most body tissues, including the blood and the nerves.
Example 1. High cholesterol can lead to heart disease.
Example 2. She is on a low cholesterol diet.
Blood pressure. The pressure of the blood in the circulatory system.
Example 1. His blood pressure is normal.
Example 2. She monitors her blood pressure regularly.
Pulse. The rhythmic throbbing of the arteries as blood is propelled through them.
Example 1. His pulse was weak and rapid.
Example 2. She checked his pulse.
Oxygen. A chemical element that is a gas with no smell or color.
Example 1. Oxygen is essential for life.
Example 2. She needed oxygen after the accident.
CPR. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation. An emergency procedure that combines chest compressions, often with artificial ventilation.
Example 1. He performed CPR on the drowning victim.
Example 2. CPR can save lives in emergencies.
First aid. Help given to a sick or injured person until full medical treatment is available.
Example 1. She took a first aid course.
Example 2. First aid can be crucial in an emergency.